everyone, welcome and thanks for being here. We're going to start with a yoga practice and transition to a seated meditation practice. So if you have a cushion or some kind of pillow, something you can use to sit and prop yourself up on, go ahead and gather that up and then leave it over to the side for now. A chair is also fine, so just have that nearby. And we'll start in a seated easy pose with the hands down on the knees. I'm going to take a moment to get yourself in the most easeful way that you can to sit with your sits bones pressed against the floor underneath you, the mat, touching into your nice tall spine. And let's take 3 deep breaths together here. Breathe in through the nose, fill up. Expand your torso, exhale, let it out of the mouth with a sigh. Another deep breath in. Let it fall out of your mouth. And last one, inhale. Out of the mouth. Nice. And let's invite some movement into the body now. Take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel a stretch through the left side of your neck. Continue to breathe. And come back to neutral. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Take a couple deep breaths. Come back to neutral. Take your chin down to your chest. Keep the shoulders down and back. And then taking half moon circles with the neck, bring the right ear to the right shoulder, and then chin down, and the left ear over to the left shoulder. Taking some rhythmic movement here. Just allow yourself to feel into that stretch as you continue to breathe slowly and evenly in and out through your nose. And then coming back to neutral. Inviting some movement into the shoulders. Big inhale, bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale, release the shoulders with a sigh. Big inhale. And an exhale. One more inhale. And a big exhale. Good. And then wrap the arms behind you, clasp your hands, take a big stretch back through the shoulders. Tuck the chin into the chest. And release your hands. Deep breath. And inhale, let's take the arms up overhead. Really feeling that you're pressing down through your seat at the same time you're stretching your fingertips up. Pull the lower belly in, lift and expand through your rib cage while containing the energy here, hugging the ribs in and lifting up through the fingertips, deep breath. And exhale, press down slowly and away. Feel all the space around the body. And the hands down. Plant your right hand, inhale, stretch, left arm up. Expand through the side body, take a deep breath into that space. Exhale, release. Inhale, right arm up. Breathe and expand. And to the side, keeping your left foot into your right inner thigh. Creating some side stretches here. Bring your left arm up and over towards your right foot. And then as you bring your left arm back, plant the hand, lift the hips, and just extend the hips up towards the sky. And coming back down, so stretching towards the toes. Inhaling, lift. Feel yourself taking up that space, and then bring the hands to toes. Take a couple more, find a rhythm here. Just feeling that nice expansion happening. And release. Good, and switching sides, left leg out. Bring your right foot in. And extend your right arm up overhead, reach for the foot. And the right hand behind, lift it up. Stretch back, feel that line of energy from your fingertip to your toes. Stretch, reach for toes, lift up. Really supporting yourself with your right leg, right foot, pressing into the ground as you come up. And breathing, a couple more. One more. Good, and release. Come on back down. Good, bring your feet together. Soles of the feet together like a book. Just gently, lightly hold on to the feet. Feeling that nice stretch and opening through the groin, through the inner thighs. If that's too much, you can scoot the feet a little bit forward. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can bring the hands behind you and just scoot your hips a little bit closer in towards your heels. Do you find that just right spot of stretch? And take a deep breath, ground through the sit bones and lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. As you exhale, pull your belly in and just come down, even if it's an inch or two, just starting to lengthen forward without collapsing through the spine, keeping the lower back nice and long. Pull the lower belly in. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Feeling into that stretch as you feel into, at the same time, that length through your spine. On your next exhale, soften your shoulders down, round your spine, round your forehead towards your toes. And if the elbows land, you can use your elbows gently against your inner thighs to gently press and create some traction for that stretch happening through the inner thighs. And even if you're just rounding your chin to your chest, feeling some rounding of the spine, just find a place for you. You can start to relax and surrender into this forward fold, allowing your jaw to soften, your mouth to soften. Good, on your next inhale, pull your lower belly in, gaze forward, lengthen your spine, and come back up. Very nice. Let's navigate from here onto hands and knees. So come over onto hands and knees with your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Feeling for your nice tall spine. Length from your tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Inhaling to arch the spine. Let the heart melt forward. And as you exhale, send your hips down towards your heels. Inhale, come back up.
Feel some fluidity in the spine. Look up, open the chest. Exhale.
Child's pose. Inhale.
And exhale, hips to heels.
Couple more, find the rhythm, become absorbed here in your breath. Inhale.
Exhale.
Breathe in, arch the spine.
Breathe out, child's pose.
Good, and stay for a moment in child's pose here. And taking a deep breath. And then come up onto your knees. Open your knees hip width apart. Bring your hands just by your sides for now. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Lengthen, look up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to stack on your sacrum and bring your left ear on the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Get tall, pull the belly up and in. Exhale, other side, right ear to the mat. Hand stack on the sacrum. Inhale. Exhale, left ear. Inhale. Stretch up. Exhale, right ear. Last one, inhale. Left ear. Inhale. And right ear. And then pause for a moment. Bring the hands to the outside of the body. Let the back body relax for a breath. And then coming forward onto hands and knees, preparing for downward facing dog. Feel free to take a downward facing dog with nice wide feet, wide legs, wide hands, or a traditional downward dog with your hands more hip width apart. Sending the hips up towards the sky. And breathing as you send the hips up and the heels down towards the ground. Feeling free to really bend the knees if you need to. Finding that nice length through your spine. And then maybe walking the heels one then the other. Just feeling that nice stretch through the back of the legs, back of the calves. A couple more deep breaths here. And relaxing through the head, through the neck. And then coming down again onto the knees. Sitting back down on the heels. And then just sitting over to one side, stretching your legs out in front of you. Extending the legs, flexing the feet, and then reach your arms forward. Pull your belly in as you just round yourself down. So come down as slowly as you can. Feel that you're just hovering here in space as you come down, really engaging your low belly. Feel the burn in the low belly here, building some heat until you come all the way down onto your back. Let your arms relax down by your sides. And then walk your heels in close to your hips, your knees up, but keep the feet nice and wide. We'll windshield wiper through the knees here, the hips a little bit. So knees up to start, and let the knees just fall over to the right, and then the left. And then coming back into center with the knees up towards the sky. Bring the feet in so they're hip width apart. Flatten your lower back against the ground. Preparing for bridge, bring your hands down on the mat. Press your feet into the ground. Firm up through your inner thighs, through your seat. Take a deep breath. Inhale and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. If you like to interlock your fingers underneath you, interlock. Bring the shoulders underneath. And lift your hips up towards the sky. Squeezing through the inner thighs, make sure your knees don't come apart. Feeling that nice stretch through the shoulders, backward bending through your spine. And then release, come all the way down. Bring the shoulders out from underneath you. And then gently bring your knees into your chest. And just hug your knees in here to the chest. Be rocking side to side. Massaging a bit through your sacrum. Maybe doing some circles here, grabbing a hold of the knees and circling the knees to the right a few times. Like keeping the low belly engaged as you feel that nice massage for your lower back and for your sacrum. And then switching directions to the left. Keeping the circles as small or as you like, or maybe widening the circles a bit. Just doing what feels good and intuitive for you, for your lower back, or the sacrum or massage. And then coming back to neutral with the knees in, preparing for a twist. Bring the arms out to a T. And then let the knees just drop over to the right. And if you'd like to gaze over to the left. And then experimenting with bringing the right hand perhaps on the knees or playing with the angle of your left arm, maybe more on the diagonal. Maybe even dropping the knees, the feet downwards toward the outer corner of your mat. Just find a position for you where you're feeling the best stretch for today through that left side of your body. A stretch that feels interesting, and then take a few breaths here. Really land in the pose. And slowly release the knees back up to neutral. And then let the knees fall over to the left. Arms out to a T to start, and then experimenting with where the legs want to be here in space. Maybe moving the arm to more of a diagonal. You're bringing the arm to more of a cactus shape. Just finding the position that feels right. And then again, taking a few deep breaths, maybe letting the eyes close and feeling into that nice twist through the torso, through the right side. Breathing in, and breathing out. And letting yourself really land in your body. Land in your breath. And then release. Let the knees come back up to center. Let the feet come down on the mat. Keep them wide. Let the knees fall in towards each other. Take a moment, bring your right hand to your lower belly, your left hand to your heart. Take a couple of full, complete breaths. Filling up from the lower abdomen all the way up through the space of the chest and the torso. All the way up to the collarbones. And then exhaling completely. And gently pulling the belly up and in, feeling all that air gently expelled from the body. Take another full breath, starting down low in the belly. Exhale, release. And then relax the hands. Extend the legs for a moment here in Shavasana. And just let your body absorb all the benefits of your yoga practice. Even just a few subtle movements in the body, creating some energy, creating some heat in the body. Done with mindfulness can have such a profound effect on your mental well-being and that sense of spaciousness that you can start to enter into. So start to feel into that space that you've created and take a few moments here to rest your whole body, seeing what you can release and relax in these last few moments on the floor. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Come back into full awareness of your physical body here on the mat, and then very gently turn over onto your right. Come into fetal position for a moment and relax your head right on your arm. Take a couple moments here. And then press yourself up to seated. And arrange your cushion or your chair so that you can sit up nice and tall, preparing for seated meditation. Propping yourself up right on the edge of a cushion and tilting slightly forward so you're taking that pressure out of your knees and your legs. Finding as comfortable a seat as you can so that you can sit and enjoy your practice of meditation as comfortably as possible. And if you find that using a chair works better, then feel free to use a chair. Wherever you are, feel into your nice tall spine. Set your hands down on your thighs. And let your eyes close. Inviting in an awareness of breath. And starting to observe your breath as it moves in and out, coming into a more smooth and even rhythm. And if you need to, try counting to 3 or 4 on your inhale. And then exhaling 3 or 4 count on your exhale. And in this very simple exercise of watching your breath, developing the capacity to witness with compassion the rise and fall of the breath in the body. And so noticing without judgment where your breath might feel uneven or not smooth, any catches in your breath, places your breath feels more constricted. See if you can just allow for the breath to be exactly as it is, encouraging this nice, gentle rhythm to your breathing. And starting to shift your awareness to your physical body now. Tuning into your body from your head down to your toes. Start to notice any places of tightness or tension. Any places of openness and expansion. Just noticing with compassion what it's like to be inside the space of your physical body right now in this moment. And then deepening your awareness a bit to move into the space of your heart. And if you have any trouble locating, bringing your awareness to that space of your heart, you can use tapping with your fingers, tapping up through the mind if you're finding a lot of thoughts running through your mind. And tap all the way down through the temples and the sides of the face and the jaw, down through the throat, and then onto the chest, tapping a few times there, and then placing one hand on top of the other right at the heart space. And starting to settle a bit into the space of your heart. Making sure you're far back enough inside your body so that you're right in the center of your heart. imagine a light being activated right there in the center of the heart, perhaps a candle or a flame being lit right there at center. Or it might help to visualize or imagine that you could take a breath right from the heart center, as if you could initiate a breath from within the heart space. And taking a moment to attune to the quality of love inside your heart. And it doesn't have to be a big feeling, but perhaps bringing to mind somebody that you love, letting that quality of love ignite in the space of the heart. And then releasing that person and just sitting with the quality of love inside the heart. With your exhale, very gently shifting your awareness down through the space of the body, releasing your hands again down towards the knees if they've been on your heart center. And bringing your awareness all the way down in the space of the body to the space of the feet, all the way down, feeling where the feet touch the ground beneath you. And giving yourself a moment here to adjust to coming down this far inside your body, feeling around, so that you feel like you're fully inhabiting the space of the feet with your own consciousness. And coming to rest here in a sense of your own grounded presence. Starting to feel that you can draw that nourishment from the ground underneath you, subtly up through the space of your legs and into the space of your lower abdomen. If you'd like to place hand over hand on your lower belly. And see if you can experience yourself sitting within the space of your pelvis. In the very center. So again, make sure that you're sitting back far enough inside the space of your body. So you want to feel that you're sitting right along the vertical core of your body, down in the pelvis. attune for a moment here to the quality of your own vitality inside the space of your pelvis. And breathing into that quality and letting it perhaps resonate. And then expand through the space of your whole body. And gently releasing your hands back onto the thigh.